What's going on, Vanessa? Great. How about yourself?
I'm just trying to get a workout in.
Good. All right, another week of incline bench here. 1 by 12 at 1A. Now we're gonna bump up to 220 for 4 sets of 6 here. Now remember last week we did 2 by 12 and 2 by 6. And let's also see if we don't fuck ourselves up this time, you know? Hitting the goddamn hook. We watched that video from last week. I was wondering why I was so thrown off. It's because one, like my left side wasn't stable. But two, fucking hit the J hook of the bench. So let's see if we don't do it this time. And also too, let's see if we don't fail. So we're doing 73% of 300, which is 220. I get 25 here. And then we just did 60% on that set of 12 right there. So in a sense, it's like almost kind of like a pre-exhaust anyway to flip the heavy on these 4 sets of 6 here. Now, if you've never done this before, you know, I advise you to start pretty light and then find a good way you can do. Move forward into set. Again, if you decide to follow on the plan that I'm doing, or you want to do something a little bit similar, different, similarity I'm doing, that's what I advise you is start a little lighter, find a good heavy weight for you, and then progress from there. Hold on. Keep forgetting about my necklace. Shit's always annoying. Had the damn thing every time. Should have penetrated my skin. Ugh. 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 Whew. I ain't gonna lie. I lost fucking energy. Remember I get the first time. That was a little struggle. But, you know, since Sunday, you know, since having Friendsgiving Saturday, I went to the party earlier that day, having pizza on Sunday. This morning, woke up at 2:36 flat. You know, so I say you just gotta stay the course. Thanks for following the play. I probably just back off my calories on Monday. Tuesday, went back on it. I was good after that. So, follow the course, follow the plan. Everything fall into place. And of course, as you know, I got the food challenge this Friday coming up. So, I got food challenge Friday and Saturday. Of course, Friday is going to be like a, you know, like an entree meal. Again, it's going to be tempting to eat 6,000 calories worth of McDonald's. And Saturday, it's going to be dessert style, which I'm going to be attempting to try to eat 50 Lego egg waffles. And I never really done waffles before, or I never really had like that specific kind. I haven't had waffles in a minute, so I'm not too sure how that's going to turn out. To me, it kind of looks doable, but you know, when that time comes, we'll see what the outcome is and things like that. But I'm kind of excited for this week. I do like a pre and post progress picture all the challenges, both Saturday, Sunday, Friday and Saturday, and then Monday recap of what the weight, damage was done, and then we'll go from there when it comes to that. And like I said, like probably after this weekend and probably Christmas, I'll see what my weight is, and I'm probably gonna slowly increase my calories back up, or even more. I'm sorry, because again, I'm eating around like 3760 right now, so I might increase it to 4,000. And what I might just do is I might just add more carbs, right? So instead of me eating like at 510, I might be eating total 560 grams of carbs, right? So that's the only additional add of the 250 calories I make, and that'll be it. So again, like you gotta find a response to your body. My body responds well more higher carbs, lower fat. Your body might respond different. You might respond to low carbs, higher fat. Again, this is why it's very important to know the foods and know the quality of the foods that's working for you, right? And what carbohydrates work well with you and what, fat sources work well with you, right? So again, for me, if I use carbohydrates, again, I kind of know I can use rice, I can use potatoes, I can use oatmeal if I need to, I can use fruits. I really don't classify as veggies like it's like carb source because there's not that much in it. Like if you eat a lot of greens, then yes, it does, but I really don't classify as that. But between the four, I say your grains, your potatoes, your fruits, you're pretty much good at that point on that when it comes to your carbohydrate sources. And again, your carbs are your performance. You wondering why you're doing shit, performance in the gym, it's because you're not eating that many carbs for your body that you need. Now again, of course I do it differently. I have carbs from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to bed. Now you don't have to do the same thing as I do. You could just plan your carbs, the meal before the workout, your pre-workout, and your post-workout, and you're good after that. Let's say if you want to have dinner, you just stick with some type of protein, veggies, and you're good to go. Or veggies, if, some type of protein, fruit, whatever the case is, right? I mean, you're gonna have fruit, I'll just have more of the lower glycemic, like berries, pineapples, those types of things, right? Now we're talking about fats, I really haven't experienced or exposed myself to other fats like avocado, I haven't really got myself into avocado, so can't really say that. Like nuts, like almonds, cashews, pistachios, you name it. I haven't really got myself into eating those. So the only fats I really get from my source is peanut butter and my protein sources, which again is mostly I eat from ground beef. And that's pretty much it. That's the only fat source I get. So again, like if you are a person that responds better with fats, that's something you have to find out what fat sources respond well to your body and your body is able to digest. You can get spotted for the last one. Yo, AJ. Lift off, and I'm going for 6 reps here, okay? This is my last set. Three, 2, 1. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Give me 2 more. There you go. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Lock out. Good shit. Appreciate it, dude. Gotcha. Holy fuck. Last one or? That was it right there, yeah. Appreciate you. All right. Whew. I felt every fiber. And it's just right there. All right. Are you ready set for incline chest press here? Oh. Yeah. All right. Remember last week we did, on a cable press. This machine say this week this machine is open. Push your parts on or as you see the sign behind. But able to find pad, plug in, we're making it work. So yeah, 5x10 here. You went to 5x12 on last week. Again, this is not open. You can go back to the cable press. If the cable's not open, then you got this open. Do this instead. So, but yeah, with me, like we got like a 236 flat after a crazy weekend. Again, it just goes back to the repetition. It just goes back to you doing tedious work over and over and over again. And that's what's going to drive results, right? As it's going to be the boring shit. It's going to be the low shit. That's going to be make the difference for you to, succeed in the exact outcome you're looking to achieve, right? So and you got to look at it too, right? It goes back to what I talked about like a week ago. You're the person that's always complaining about, you feeling guilty, you feeling shame, but you just like the confidence of like going out, you celebrate, but then you wake up the next morning, you're feeling that way, or a couple days later, you're still feeling that way. It's like, you're still making that habit. You're still making that repetition of you complain about that every time you go out and every time the next day or two. So, because if you complain about you feeling blood, you feel shit, all those things like that, right? So, this is the difference right there is between like which repetition you want to do. Do you want to keep the repetition where, cool, you go out, you have a plan in place where, things will fall back, or go the opposite direction, just keep making things worse, and just complain about the same shit over and over again. So again, everything just boils down to choices, right? You have a choice of what you want to do and what you want to achieve. The only question is like, what choice do you enjoy more, right? I mean, you can lie to yourself that you hate this feeling, but you're still enjoying that feeling at the same time, right? Like the way you are right now, your current state of position, and you hate it every time. But if you hate it every time, how come you still in that position, right? How come you haven't made effort? How come you haven't stick with it for more than 6 months, right? Like, don't lie to yourself that you're having to stay with for 6 months, right? Like, don't kid yourself. Like, you know yourself more, but I guarantee you, like, if you stay with more than 6 months, you won't be in this predicament to be in that position to like complain about your current situation, right? Current state of how your body looks. So, just again, it's all boils down to like, what do you want to achieve, and what do you want to enjoy more out of it, right? Do you want to enjoy more playing about yourself, what you look like right now, or do you want to enjoy more about the process, the small shit, the boring stuff? But at the end, you have that dream body you desire, and you're looking yourself every time in the mirror. It's like, yep, you know, you did that shit, right? I know a lot of times a lot of people have trouble using the machine or getting the most out of the chest. I'll give you 2 points right here. That's one, when you're in the seat, you want to find there's a line more line to an angle that's pressing up. So again, for me, it's about like mid chest. So I'm more pushing up. So I'm able to drive more on the upper chest, right? Secondly is when you're in the seat, a lot of times people are more flat and hunch over, right? What you don't want to do, you don't want to do that. What you want to do is you want to extend your chest and your rib cage. Again, just like anything else you do with chest, extend these two. So when you come deep, you're getting that full stretch, you know, you're getting that full range of motion. So when you're pressing up, you're pressing more at angle this way, right? So you want to look at it as this. You draw a straight line, come up, draw a straight line coming down with the elbow, right? Pretend like you got a marker on the elbow. You just try and draw a straight line up and down. You're not trying to flare your elbows out. Try and keep those elbows nice and tucked. Again, using this palm of your hand to push the way up, because that will allow you to take the fatigue out of the triceps and allows you to put more fatigue, more contraction on that chest. Force it.
Oh,
Oh, we got one more. The last one's gonna hurt. Yeah, it's like, as I'm thinking about it, it's like, there's really not much more to say. for the reasons, because again, it's just like you gotta find things to make it more complicated. You just find things that make it more stressful for you. And you just find ways to be inconsistent with your health journey, right? And at the end, nutrition is really that easy. But again, you have to put in the work and you have to put in the time to make it easy. Yeah, of course, in the beginning, that shit's gonna be rough. That shit ain't gonna be fun. Because again, you relearn everything. You're reteaching yourself. And you're deleting all the bullshit you consume over time. So that takes some time, right? But once that time comes where you have a plan that's simple, you are living stress free, and you have the freedom to enjoy the foods, to go out, and not feel guilty, that's when it becomes easy, and that's when it becomes more fun. As again, you unlearn the bullshit that you acquired before, and you relearn the new shit that works for you to enjoy the rest of your life without being in that position, in that current state you're in right now. That's it. Move on, dips. All right, we just had one more send to this week. Last week we did 2 lives and rest we can. This week we're doing 3. We did one more. We did last week. We did 17. I'm telling y'all, like when we get into this pump review in 2 weeks, I'm telling you, this shit's gonna look disgusting. I'm already feeling it. Like I said. And that's what you want. And now you're probably asking yourself this question, right? It's like, how, it's been like 3 weeks now after your 8-week cut, right? And it's like, you got down to 235, you increase your calories back up 3,700. I was like, how are you still maintaining that weight at 235 for increased caloric consumption? To give you a short answer, we kind of set a new metabolic point for my body to burn that many calories, again, with increased consumption, but still maintain its weight. And again, and there's no different. The foods are no different from the time I was cutting to the time that I'm maintaining, right? All the foods are the same. Again, the only few switch ups I did was I switched out the cauliflower for egg whites. I kind of switched on my breakfast meal, and I add peas, a little more greens into my diet. And that's it. That's the only changes I kind of made when I was increasing my caloric intake. And I went from like 375 to 500 grams of carbs. So like, my body was used to foods. It's just now, it's like when it increased caloric consumption, it knows how to break it down now, and it's even at a faster rate than it was before. We got one last thing we did last week. Hit 12. It's but you also gotta think, I understand, is when you put yourself in a deficit, your body's already hating you because it doesn't want that. It hates that feeling. It hates when you put that starvation mode on. So your body, and again, it's a stressor too, because your body's not used to that. One, two, your body has to kind of adapt in a sense to, again, make sure you're not getting hungry and you stay within a caloric deficit, right? Or the caloric intake of a deficit. So no matter, again, if you're in a deficit or you're in a surplus, it's always going to be some type of stressor, right? But then again, if you know you're consuming the same amount of food while you're dieting, whether you're trying to increase muscle tissue, or you're just trying to stay at that weight, at the end, your body already knows how to process and knows how to transport those nutrients. So coming off the diet, you're going to maintenance. Again, I didn't switch anything up. And the only thing I added into was the peas. And again, that was a little bit questionable because I didn't know how that type of green was going to sit well with me. Thankfully, peas are no problem to me. But let's say if I were to add a broccoli, Brussels sprouts, right? I can't do those. That shit makes me bloated and that shit makes me gassy. So it's like you got to find things that work with you, right? Not against you. So that's why it's very important to have a consistent basis and have a plan. Because when you go back out to your maintenance, eating more food, because again, who doesn't love enjoying more food, right? Who doesn't love eating more food? Even if you say you don't eat that much, that's bullshit. You do eat enough. You just don't know how much. Again, your person is always taking out food 3 to 4 times a week. You're already eating more than consumption you should be having. So, but again, why not do the right way? We can enjoy more food. We can look to certain part and you feel happy, right? That's something to think about. All right, y'all. That's it for dips. We're gonna move on to ankle F5s here. We got triceps. And that'll be the workout. Ankle F5s here. 3 by 25 here. I mean, honestly, like, the reason why I'm saying all this shit is because I've gone through the experiences, right? I've gone through the position you guys been at, right? Like, yeah, I've been the guy where, I could eat a lot of food. It felt like I can get away with it. I felt like it was okay, right? And at the time, it was like, yeah, like, I know, like, none of y'all like me, but, like, I was a guy that was eating, like, meals of family of 4, right? So, I try to attempt like, calories range from like 3 to 6K calories a meal, right? Or for that cheat meal. So it's like, when I know, like, I felt like I could do that and like, I'll be proud of it. At the same time, I wasn't proud because I didn't like the way I was looking, right? Now, fast forward now, through the 4 years, right? It's way different. I'm able to have maybe like a 3 to 5K calorie meal, right? Because I know how to properly plan it now. I know how to do it the day before, the day of, and the day after, while also enjoying that bigger family form meal, right? And on top, I'm still able to look my leanest and stay at this weight at 235, as opposed to when I was doing these challenges before, I was weighing between 250, 255. And I wasn't looking this lean. I was like, I had a lot more body fat. I probably said I was 18.2% body fat. Now I say I'm 8 to 10. So what I mean, like, who doesn't love to enjoy more food but still looking the way you do? This is exactly what I mean. Like, I'm able to eat almost 4,000 calories right now, still looking the best I've looked, and still looking the leanest I've looked, right? Shit, like, again, too, it goes back to what I said before, is like, I used to get comments about looking good and looking lean, right? I'm still getting that, but again, the things have changed. The difference is I'm not feeling shame anymore. I'm feeling fucking amazing. So when I'm getting compliments, that feeling is so different now. And it's like, that's what keeps the drive going. That's what keeps the fire going. It's that. It's like, once you're really tapped in into that position, where it's like, what your current state is right now, what you do right now, and like the overall feeling of what you feel inside. And then let's say, again, you stick with this for a year or two, right? You move forward through these journeys, right? And I said this time, you take all that same components over here, but these times are different, right? New, different components. But now the difference is that feeling is way more powerful than that feeling was. You can just feel more fucking amazing and you feel more fucking energetic than as opposed you're at point A, right? So that's the thing. But in between, the difference between A to B is the middle in between that shit, right? As you're gonna understand, like, it's gonna take work. It's gonna take progress. Cause you're gonna understand, like, it's the same shit you did with the opposite. When you were feeling great, when you're looking best, moving to you being out of shape, you feeling like shit. That's the same components. Like, in between, it took some time from going the best to the worst. Now you gotta do the same component now. Flip the spectrum. We're gonna go from worst to best now. So that's how you gotta look at it. That's it for flies. Over to overhead chest extensions. All right, overhead tricep extensions, 4x15. And this is why it's like so difficult, you know, to get these messages across for you guys. It's because like there's so much misinformation out there. There's so much distractions that's out there for you. It doesn't really showcase for you. That doesn't really explain what is happening, right? And so when you see these distractions, right, this is what tricks you. Because it increases dopamine. Thinking like, again, this program will work. Two, that is going to get you in a short time frame. And three, that you see changes. Now, again, you may see changes, right? And let's just say in like whatever plan you found, you're finished with that, right? But the problem is what they don't teach you about. Again, this goes back to the phenomenon I'm always talking about. Is like, they only teach you the tool, which is calorie deficit. But what they fail to teach you is how to sustain habits for long-term process, right? For sustainability. Because again, it's easy to lose weight. Losing weight is not the issue. The main issue is keeping that weight off, right? If you look at it like, and you experience your drink, you notice it's easy to lose weight. You've done it multiple times. But what you notice is like, you gain the weight back or even worse, more. And so now you have to start from square one again. And now you even might have to do a little bit longer or even more to lose the weight. And for what? For you to go back in that same cycle? Cool. You found another tool, which is calorie deficit from some program. And then for you to gain all that shit back. It's like, what fun is that? At the same time, what fun is in a program that you gotta restrict, right? Say, no carbs this, no carbs that, right? Or like, oh, you can't have your favorite foods. Or like, if you do X amount of days, you fall off, you gotta restart all over again. It's like, all those things that you're doing or you're finding it's just setting yourself up for failure. That's not teaching you unlearn the negative habits. It's not teaching you destroying the false beliefs, implementing new belief into your system, right? It's not teaching you sustainability. So when it just comes down to these programs and just when it comes down to the lifestyle that you want to live, the lifestyle that you want to wake up to every single morning, and the lifestyle you want to feel incredible, is you gotta, again, find something simple, find something stress-free, and find something that's sustainable long-term, that you got the confidence, because again, you wake up every morning, know what the fuck you're doing. Two, you look at yourself in the mirror, skin's looking amazing, clothes are feeling great, you walk into any room, have that power when people look at you. And three, that confidence is polished to the T, where you don't have to worry about losing that confidence again. No matter what setbacks, no matter what adversity, no matter what life haymaker throws at you, you have the power, you have the confidence to overcome that. And everything I'm saying is all love. I love you guys. It's all from the bottom of my heart and things like that, because I want to see you guys succeed. I want to see you guys thrive and shit like that. So it's like, what was I'm saying is like, I've gone through my experiences, right? It's like, cool. I mean, if you're new to the channel, you've been following me for a short time, it's like, like, you might look at me as like, oh, it's easy said and done for him because he looks the way he does right now, right? That's not necessarily true. Again, you don't know what these 4 years I have dealt with, right? You don't know the 4 years of trials and errors of experience in my body. You don't know the 4 years of all the setbacks and adversities that came across my life, right? Even though I've done 2 bodybuilding shows, it still was the fact that even though I've done them, I still went to my old habits. So again, it's all trial and error learns. And it's like, the way that I found things that I know you guys are probably experiencing to some degree and things that you might not notice it right now, but it's like, maybe you just haven't had that self-conversation with yourself or with other people to experiencing that type of feeling, right? But again, I know without comments, yes, even though I do probably look a way harder, like, it's easy said and done. I've gone through these trials. I've gone through all these errors, I've gone through the highs, the lows, the beams. I've gone through all of it. So what I say is like, I understand how this feels. I understand like the frustration. I understand the guilty. I understand the lack of confidence inside your own skin, your own body. So when I say these things, like, trust me, I understand where you guys come from. Oh, yo, that's it for a chest and tries workout today. Just to recap, yeah, it's all about just repetition. It's all about, where you're currently at right now, where you desire want to be, figuring out what's going to be changing to go into the year 2025. And again, the food challenge is coming up this weekend, so stay tuned for that. Other than that, you guys have a blessed day. I'll see you Friday for shoulders.